Welcome to Swedish Movie Guy. Today I'm gonna give you my top 10 favorite movies from the decade when I was born, the 70s. As a kid, I remember watching this dinosaur movie from 1977. Me and my brother just loved it and used to call it farliga djur, dangerous animals in Swedish. It's interesting to see the progress from this one to Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park, 16 years later. But his first success, Jaws, came in the 70s. It's considered the first true blockbuster and started a franchise with several sequels. Some other hit movies also achieved this in the 70s. So how many of these classics made my list? Well, let's take a look. Starting off at number 10, Slapshot, a cult classic in sports movies. The film follows a minor league hockey team that resorts to violent play to gain popularity in a declining factory town. Paul Newman is great in the lead role, but the Hanson brothers bring the laughs and steal the show. I mean, just look at them go. 70s hockey actually was quite brutal and violent at the time, so these scenes, although a bit exaggerated, are not as far-fetched as you might think. Overall, a really funny movie.
What are you guys doing?
Putting on the foil every game.
Yeah, you want some?
At number 9, Dirty Harry. The first movie with Clint Eastwood's tough-as-nails cop is a bona fide classic. Inspector Harry Callahan has to track down a crazy killer called Scorpio, who shoots innocent victims and tries to blackmail the city of San Francisco. Andrew Robinson is excellent as the main villain, and Clint, of course, perfect as Harry. The movie is filled with tense and exciting moments and has one of the most iconic scenes in cinema history.
I know what you're thinking. Did he fire 6 shots or only 5? Well, to tell you the truth, in all this excitement, I've kind of lost track myself. But being this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful handgun in the world, and would blow your head clean off, you've got to ask yourself one question. Do I feel lucky? Well, do you, punk?
Moving on to number 8, The Jerk. This is Steve Martin's first movie where he plays Navin Johnson, an adopted country boy growing up in a poor black family. Realizing he's different and actually white,
but we raised you like you were one of us.
You mean I'm gonna stay this color?
he leaves his home to discover the big city, and we get to follow his rags to riches story. The movie has many funny moments, with Martin's quirky humor in full swing. I still find it a very entertaining watch.
Cargo, salad. Will Monsieur care for another bottle of the Chateau Latour?
Yes, but no more 1966. Let's splurge. Bring us some fresh wine, the freshest you've got. This year's, no more of this old stuff.
Oui, monsieur.
Okay, at number 7, Roger Moore's first Bond movie, Live and Let Die. The plot involves 007 trying to take down a Caribbean drug lord that wants to create a world of junkies by giving away free heroin. The film is fun and fast-paced with colorful villains and an amazing boat chase. I love the practical stunts, the reptile scenes, and Louisiana Sheriff J.W. Pepper is hilarious.
J.W., let me have a word with you. J.W., now this fellow's from London, England. He's an Englishman working in cooperation with our boys, a sort of secret agent.
Secret agent? On whose side?
Roger Moore delivers a more elegant and humorous Bond, and overall an exciting and enjoyable first entry for him. Coming in at number 6, The Pink Panther Strikes Again. Peter Sellers' most iconic character is Inspector Clouseau, and this is my favorite Pink Panther movie. Clouseau has to avoid a number of assassination attempts arranged by his former boss, Dreyfus, who escapes from a mental institution, kidnaps a scientist, gets a laser cannon, and becomes a full-blown supervillain. The movie has some very funny scenes, the best Kato fight in the series, silly disguises, and overall comedy gold. Now we're in the top 5 with Alien, a true sci-fi classic by Ridley Scott. The plot centers around the spaceship Nostromo and its crew investigating a distress signal halfway home from a mission. They discover alien eggs, and a facehugger attaches itself to one of the crew members, and the rest is a showcase in suspenseful filmmaking. The cast, acting, atmosphere and xenomorph design are all fantastic. Sigourney Weaver does a great job playing Ripley, and the scene with her cat, that's just awesome. In 4th place, The Spy Who Loved Me. Roger Moore's 3rd Bond movie is his best. 2 nuclear submarines are stolen by megalomaniac Stromberg in order to destroy the world and create a new one underwater. To make matters worse, he has a 7-foot henchman with steel teeth, the classic villain Jaws. One spectacular scene is the car chase, with Bond's Lotus driving off into the sea and becoming a submarine.
Can you swim?
Moore brings his usual wit and charm to 007, and the Bond girl is a fellow agent this time, not the usual helpless type. Coming in at number 3, Star Wars: A New Hope. This is the one that started the biggest sci-fi saga in movie history. George Lucas' space opera has the unlikely story of a young farm boy teaming up with a princess and a scoundrel to fight the evil empire. Darth Vader is one of the best villains of all time, the cast is great, and the John Williams score is just amazing. Still a very entertaining and compelling thrill ride. Okay, number 2 is Jaws. This movie scared the shit out of me when I was a kid. A great white shark is terrorizing the beaches of Amity Island, and Police Chief Brody, along with shark expert Hooper and fisherman Quint, tries to capture the beast. It's a thrilling and captivating movie, well crafted and smart by not showing the shark too early. The opening scene with the skinny dipping girl is a perfect start for the film. John Williams' shark theme is just brilliant, and the final 3rd act with the trio hunting the shark, man versus nature, is super exciting.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Before I give you my top pick, here are some honorable mentions. Foul Play, Taxi Driver,
Talking to me?
and Grease. So finally, number 1, and my favorite movie of the decade. Smokey and the Bandit. A fantastic road action comedy where Burt Reynolds' bandit and truck driver Cletus are hired to pick up 400 cases of beer in Texas and bring it back to Georgia within 28 hours. Along the way, Bandit picks up a runaway bride in his black Trans Am, and soon they are chased by the stood-up groom and his angry daddy, Sheriff Buford T. Justice. I love the chemistry between the main characters. They seem to have fun for real, and the car chases are really well done. It has both sweet and hilarious moments, and the country music by Jerry Reed are just spot on. So, a charming and highly enjoyable film I never seem to get tired of, and that's why it comes in at number 1.
You ready, Roy?
I was born ready.
Sarge, you okay? You see me moving, don't you?